This is the lecture number 5 for the chapter application of derivative, and then the last lecture we're discussing the exercise 6.2 and we have done up to question number 8. Now I'll discuss the question number 9, which is this: y is equal to 4 sin theta upon 2 plus cos theta minus theta, and the interval is given as 0 to pi by 2, and you have to find that this function is strictly increasing in this. Now you simply find the derivative of this by using the quotient rule for 4 sin theta upon 2 plus cos theta, and derivative of theta will be equal to 1 with respect to theta. Now differentiate it by using the quotient rule. Simplify this expression carefully. You simplify it, simplify this expression, and I have obtained dy dx as cos theta minus cos square theta upon 2 plus cos theta whole square. So this is coming out to be, if we take cos theta common, it will be 4 minus cos theta. 4 minus cos theta. Rather, we have 4 here, and this is simplifying it. So if we take cos theta common, it will be 4 minus cos theta upon 2 plus cos theta whole square. Now see it very carefully. Now because cos theta is always positive in the first quadrant, so cos theta is greater than 0, and 2 plus cos theta is always, it is a whole square, so it will always be greater than 0 in the first quadrant. Now this will be increasing, dy dx will be greater than 0 if 4 minus cos theta greater than 0. Now this is also greater than 0. 4 minus cos theta is also greater than 0 because the value of cos theta is always less than 4, because its maximum value is 1. Its maximum value is 1, less than equal to 1. So this is also positive, this is also positive, this is also positive. So the dy dx is greater than 0, that is positive. This cos theta is positive in the first quadrant, 4 minus cos theta is positive, and 2 plus cos theta whole square is also positive. The total dy dx is positive. So dy dx is greater than 0 in the interval 0 से लेकर pi by 2. Now in question number 10, it is also easy. Fx is given as log x, and you have to prove that it is increasing for 0 to infinity. Now first derivative is 1 upon x, and it is will positive when x is greater than 0. Because x will be when positive, then its value will be positive. So f dash x is greater than 0 if x is 0 to infinity, except 0, because for 0 it is not defined. Now in question number 11, fx is given as x square minus x plus 1 for all real number. It is continuous because it is the polynomial function. Now its first derivative is 2x minus 1. Now fx will be increasing if 2x minus 1 is greater than 0, that is x greater than half. Now fx will be decreasing if its first derivative is less than 0, means the value of x is less than half. So we have done it directly. So fx is strictly increasing from half to infinity, and decreasing in minus infinity to half. Increasing when x is greater than half, decreasing when x is less than half, that is less than half towards the minus infinity. It strictly is there because x square minus x plus 1 is a polynomial function, so it is strictly increasing or decreasing. Now the interval is given as minus 1 to 1. Now because in this interval it is increasing from half to infinity, that is from half to 1, it is increasing. So it means, and it is decreasing from half to minus 1 also. So we can say that it is neither increasing nor decreasing in the interval minus 1 to 1, because it is increasing from 1 to half to 1 and decreasing from half to minus 1 towards the minus infinity. So therefore it is neither increasing nor decreasing in this given interval. Now in question number 12, fx is given. So its first derivative will be minus sin x. In the first quadrant, sin x is positive. So first part it will become negative minus plus. Minus is there, sin is positive, minus it will be there. Sin is positive in the first quadrant, minus sign is there, it will be negative. So this is the strictly increasing because cos is always continuous in a given interval. So this is the strictly decreasing because it is negative. In the second part, cos x, we have cos 2x. Now its derivative will be minus sine 2x, and the x is given in the first quadrant, and we have the 2x angle. So when x is from 0 to pi by 2, then 2x will be from 0 to pi. Now from 0 to pi, sine function will be positive. So 2x will belong to 0 to pi, and from first and second quadrant is there, sine 2x will be positive, so negative, and this value will be positive. So total f dash x will be negative. So this fx is decreasing in the interval from 0 to pi. Now see the third part very carefully. See the third part very carefully. Now f dash x will be cos 3x into minus 3, and x is given as 0 to pi, and the angle here is 3x. So multiply the whole statement by 3, so 0, 3 pi by 2. Now 0 to 3 pi by 2 means there will be all the three quadrant, first quadrant, second quadrant, and third quadrant. So I have put like that this expression is 0 to pi by 2. It will be positive, cos 3x will be positive, and from pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, cos 3x will be negative. So negative in the first quadrant, cos 3x will be positive. In the second and third quadrant, cos is negative, so negative, negative, so positive and negative. So it means this function f x is equal to cos 3x is neither increasing nor decreasing in the interval 0 to pi by 2. Because 0 to pi by 2 angle x is there, now 3x will be from 0 to 3 pi by 2, and from 0 to 3 pi by 2 there are three quadrants. In the first quadrant, cos is positive, so negative positive will be negative. In the second and third quadrant, cos will be negative, so negative and cos negative means positive. So in some interval it is decreasing, in the some interval it is increasing. So we can say that it is neither increasing nor decreasing in the interval 0 to pi. Now in the fourth part, fx is given as 10x, so its first derivative will be sec square x, and sec square will always be positive. Any interval can be there, but it is given 0 to pi by 2, 0 to pi by 2. First quadrant sec is positive, square will make it positive if it is a second quadrant also. So fx is increasing in this function. Now in question number 13, fx is equal to x to the power 100 plus sin x minus 1. Its first derivative will be 100 x to the power 99 plus cos x, and the interval is 0 to 1. From 0 to 1, this will be positive. Because it is a positive value, cos will be positive from 0 to 1. So positive, positive, positive. So f x is equal to strictly increasing in the interval 0 to 1, because this is a polynomial, this is a sine, this is a constant function which is always continuous. Now in the second part, first derivative will be this, and it is given as the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, this value will be large positive value. X raised to the power 99 is a very large value in this interval. And cos x will be very small negative value, small negative value. So large positive value plus negative small value, it will get positive value. So it means f dash x will be strictly increasing in the interval pi by 2 to pi. In the third part, we have derivative 100 x to the power 99 cos x from 0 to 90. In the first quadrant, cos is positive. From 0 to pi by 2, this is a positive large value, and their total value will be positive. Therefore, fx is increasing in the interval 0 to pi by 2, rather is strictly increasing, because this is a continuous function. Polynomial, sine and constant is always a continuous function. Now in question number 14, you have to find the value of a in the given interval 1 to 2 if it is a strictly increasing. To find its derivative, f dash x is equal to 2x plus a. Now it is given that the value of x is 1 greater and less than 2. Now we have 2x plus a, to multiply both the statement by 2 and adding a to all. So it will become 2 plus a, 2x plus a, 4a plus 4 plus a. Now because fx is strictly increasing in the interval 1 to 2, so its first derivative must be positive, means greater than 0 in the interval 1 to 2. 1 to in the interval 1 to 2. So it means 2 plus x should be greater and equal to 0. 2 plus a should be greater than 0. Its first derivative should be greater than 0. So 2 plus a greater than 0, this means x is greater than minus 2. So the least value of a for which this function is increasing is minus 2. Minus 2 is the least value. In question number 15, also you have to find which interval it is increasing and decreasing. It is given that fx is equal to x plus 1 upon x. Its first derivative is 1 minus 1 upon x square, and if we put it equal to 0, you are getting the value of x as plus 1 minus 1, and the interval will be from minus infinity to minus 1 to plus 1, and plus 1 to infinity. First derivative of this, and in the first interval we are finding whether it is a positive or negative, because you have to find the in which these interval this is increasing or decreasing. So in this interval, you consider any value in this interval, you'll get the positive numerator as well as the positive denominator. So its function will be increasing. This function is increasing. I've written increasing because this is not a polynomial function, so I'm not writing the strictly word. Now in the interval minus 1 to 1, f dash x is equal to x square minus 1 upon x square. We have already find it out. In this interval, numerator will always be negative. We put any value of x in the first numerator, and in the denominator except 0, then it will always be negative. So its first derivative is decreasing. Fx is decreasing, not f dash x. First derivative is negative, so fx is decreasing in the interval minus 1 to 1. Now we have to take the interval 1 to infinity. From 1 to infinity, numerator will be positive, denominator will also be positive because it is a whole square always. So it will be a positive. So fx is increasing in the interval 1 to infinity. So fx is strictly increasing in the interval I except minus 1 to 1, because from minus 1 to 1 it is decreasing. In first it is increasing, in that last it is increasing. In the interval minus 1 to 1 it is decreasing, because it is being asked in the question. You have to prove that except from minus 1 to 1 it is strictly increasing. Now question number 16, fx is given as log sin x. Its first derivative will be 1 upon sin x into cos x, that is cot x, and the interval is given as 0 to pi by 2. In the first quadrant, cot x is positive, so therefore it will be strictly increasing in the interval 0 to pi by 2. Now first derivative is cot x. In the second quadrant, pi by 2 to pi, it being asked in this question whether it is increasing and decreasing from pi by 2 to pi. So it will be negative. So it will be strictly decreasing in the interval from pi by 2 to pi. In question number 17, log cos x is given, and you have to find whether it is strictly increasing or decreasing in a particular interval. So its first derivative will be 1 upon cos x into minus sin x, so minus 10x. In the first quadrant, that is 0 to pi by 2, minus 10x is positive in the first quadrant, so negative plus positive, negative into positive will be negative. So fx will be decreasing in the interval 0 to pi by 2, strictly decreasing. Now first derivative is minus 10x in the interval pi by 2 to pi. In the second quadrant 10 is negative, so negative, negative, positive, though fx is strictly increasing in the interval pi by 2 to pi. So it is an easy question. In question number 18, you have to prove that this function is strictly increasing for all real numbers. To find its first derivative, take 3 common. If you see it carefully, this bracket is x minus 1 whole square, and whole square is always positive if you take any value of real number. So because its first derivative is positive or greater than 0, so fx is strictly increasing for all real numbers. Now in question number 19, fx is equal to x square e raised to power minus x. Find its derivative. First derivative will be this. Take e raised to power minus x, x 2 minus x common, and take this e to power minus in the denominator. Now f dash x will be positive when x 2 minus x will be greater than 0. 2 minus x will be greater than 0. That is, and it is given that x is greater than 0. Okay. Now this will be positive if x greater than 0, 2 minus x greater, because e raised to power x is always positive. So this will be increasing if x greater than 0, 2 minus x greater than 0 means 2 greater than x means x is less than 2, and greater than 0 means 0 to 2. 0 to 2 it is increasing. Now this function will be positive if x is greater than 0 and 2 minus x greater than 0. So by solving this, you are getting x less than 2 and x is greater than 0. The value of x is greater than 0 and less than 2. So interval is 0 to 2. So this is the completion of increasing and decreasing exercise, and you do it 2 to 3 times to have a good command over these types of questions. Thank you.